Government Code, Section 54956.9, D1, as it stands from an illegal special board meeting.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, roll call.
Yeah, I actually have to ask for discussion. don't you?
Okay, discussion.
Yes, there was a special board meeting that was called for on Sunday night, December 22nd. Our board bylaws government code requires that all board members receive the notice with at least 24-hour notice. Board members are allowed to waive it if they would like. I did not, I know myself, I did not receive that notice with at least 24-hour notice, and it was right before, and it was during the holidays. I did not waive my right. The meeting happened. It is an illegal special board meeting. I have contacted the Public Integrity Division, FBI, because many of this stuff, it's stemming from an illegal special board meeting. For our district, to keep them from further litigation, I ask for this to be deleted and let the courts decide on the temporary restraining order. Thank you.
Superintendent, can I have a question to our superintendent, Madam President? Okay. Dr. Jimenez, I had a question. To my understanding, I know sometimes we have emergency meetings, or meetings that need attention right away. To my understanding, one of the board members was not feeling ill, and the other one, I had, I guess, prior engagements, but we did have quorum. We had three board members. And I think we followed even up to, there was an issue with the time, when to start, because I know it was, I believe, at 6, and we started at 6:13, 14 or so. So can you clarify that for us, if we did anything that was not done correctly?
Well, actually, for this item, I know our legal counsel was present. As you all know, I had a prior commitment on that Sunday and was not available to participate in the meeting. And I know legal counsel was there, and perhaps if it's okay with the board, if he could provide some clarity on that matter with respect to the reasons you indicated with other board members. That was my understanding as well for the reason for not appearing. Mr.
Well,
Castle?
Actually, our lawyer, we paid him to be here to ensure we did not violate the law. And he was here paid, ensuring we did not violate the law. So there's that. Now, it's important to be prepared to our meetings. And so if you missed a meeting, I highly encourage you to watch it on YouTube so that we don't have to pay our lawyers to say the same thing twice. But I am a team player, so even though you didn't prepare for the meeting, I'll go ahead and let him respond to your answer.
Thank you, Madam President and members of the board. So evidently what happened on that Sunday when the notice was sent out, it wasn't sent out, emailed to board members until approximately 6:15-ish. I think it was maybe 6:16 when it was received. At that point, the meeting the following day didn't start until 24 hours after notice was provided to board members. So the meeting was originally scheduled for 6 and it was delayed in consultation with the president. It was delayed until approximately 6:16, maybe 6:18. I'd have to check my notes to confirm that. But we delayed it until that time at which members had received the notice and call of the special meeting.
I have a question. Were board members notified within 24 hours that the meeting time had changed and the public that the time of the meeting was changed from 6 o'clock to 6:15?
Members of the public that were present knew that, and board members who were present knew that.
But the board members, all board members, were they notified that the time was changed from 6 to 6:15 with at least 24 hours notice?
I don't know the answer to that question.
The answer is no. All
Okay,
board
so-
members were not notified that the time was changed with at least 24-hour notice, that the time that was posted was changed to 6:15, if that's the time you say.
If we go with 6:15.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and call to order. If you have any legal questions, can you
What's
please?
the call to order? What?
Is that your questions are varying and they're very more detailed than we have the privilege to release right now in a public forum. That's why we're gonna discuss this in closed session. And so if you have any
I
additional
refuse to
questions.
speak about this
Okay,
illegal
this is your warning.
comment.
And so if you disrupt me one more time, you will be kicked out, okay? So as I said, this is a closed session item. Any further questions, we will talk in closed session.
Madam President, may I say something? Thank you. Which one? It is my understanding that every board member was aware of the special session. So we knew that one of the board members was not going to be able to make it because she was on vacation, and the other board member was out ill. So they knew the meeting was going to happen. They had the option to be present. They chose not to be present. We did have legal counsel here. He told us that everything was in order. So because he is the expert, we trust his opinion.
I'd like to say one thing, if I may.
If you could please keep it within the parameters, because this is a closed session discussion.
Well, everybody else has had something to say, so I think I have an opportunity and a right to be heard. So the one thing I would say is that quorum does not determine whether or not there's actually notice. So with respect to your point. The other point that I would say is that you cannot have a situation where you have a time that you've noticed it, and you basically just wait it out until the 24-hour period is. Because if that's the case, you can literally wait hour after hour after hour. And so that's just not proper. So I just want to state that for the record. That's my view with respect to that, because if you were to actually do that, then you'd have an exception to the Brown Act
Yeah.
that would swallow the rule.
I know Congress does that all the time when they have to vote. Sometimes they just start talking and then they just let time pass, and this is our US government.
Okay, excuse me. So we're already taking up a lot of our time with these details. We consulted the lawyer that we pay. And the lawyer that we pay
Okay.
gave us this direction. And so we're going to move forward, and in closed session, any further questions you have, you're welcome to bring them out. And if you want to sign up for closed session comment, go ahead. So let's move forward. We're going to go ahead and do a roll call if we want to vote for this.
Mr. De La Torre,
No?
Ms. Loera,
No.
Ms. Quinones,
Wait, let's
What?
clarify what we're voting for right now.
My understanding is, were we voting for
You're voting.
Ms.
on-
Loera's request?
Yes. You're voting on Ms. Loera's request, whether to delete item 1.04, point C.
So I means, what does the name mean?
And I would be that you are supporting her decision to delete it,
Well, her motion,
or her motion.
correct.
Okay, so an A is that you're not supporting her motion. Let's move forward. Roll call.
Ms. Quinones,
I'm sorry, I was confused if I would like to change my vote to a yes.
thank you. Ms. Quinones,
No?
Mr. Quack,
Aye.
Ms. Serrano,
No, moving forward, 1.03